Hey everybody, just finished my Sunday walk and I did just short of 9 miles. I did over 9 miles, but I recorded about 8.97 miles, 18,300 and maybe 3 or 7 steps or something like that. But anyway, you guys know I do a penny for my thoughts. And I just want to talk about that, but this is more about expectation. So I say a penny for my thoughts. I have my headphones on. I just took them out, but I listen to like Sarah Jakes Roberts or T.D. Jakes or Miles Monroe or something like that. And it's like, okay, God, give me a penny for my thoughts. Every time I hear something and I get a revelation or an idea or something, some clarity comes, I'm like, ooh, penny for my thoughts. And so today I heard something and it was like within a couple steps. I was like, oh, yes, penny for my thought. Then I walked a little bit more, found another penny. And then I'm walking up this street and I was supposed to make a right and go down, kind of wind around. And I got so engulfed and enthralled in this message that I missed my turn. So I get about two blocks past and I turn around. I was like, oh man. But it was something I said, ooh, I said, that right there was good. And I had these downloads. And I said, okay, God, y'all aren't really talking like this though. I'm like, oh, this one's going to be good. I'm going to have a whole bunch of pennies for my thoughts because this right here, woo. And then I looked up and I was like, man, I missed my turn. And I was like, well, I'll just go ahead and go up. And something told me, no, you had an intention on the route that you were going to take. Go back. So I was like, you know what? Okay. I turned right back around. I said, it's just more, 2 more blocks. I went back 2 blocks, turned down the street. And if I would have went the other route, I walk on a certain side of the street unless I feel an urge to move to another side, but so that I could see the cars coming in, things like that. So it would have thrown me off course. So anyway, go back 2 blocks, come around, go around down the street, come back around and loop around. And then I see this quarter, this one right here. I see this quarter and I'm like, man, I said it was going to be good. It was going to be worth something. So, here I got this quarter. But then I looked up and I opened up my eyes and it was quarter, it was some dimes and pennies and a nickel. And I'm like, oh, I just hit the jackpot. But in my mind, I was like, yeah, because I had that penny for thoughts and it was a whole bunch that downloaded, and I got it. So like I said, I was on walking or whatever, I started finding dimes. It was no longer just pennies, but I found dimes. So on this walk today, I said 3, 6, 8 dimes. And I was like, man, and some of them look like this. And I said, I set my intention, penny for my thoughts. I kept getting download. I asked God for an increase. Y'all know that I did my 5 and 2 the last time. And I said, anything that I do, let these hands prosper. And I can tell you this week has been great. There's some things I might need to go back and revisit because I got very convicted about this stuff, going into entrepreneur and, charging what I'm worth and all this kind of stuff. But it's been an increase in everything. So as I'm going along, I was like, take off the limitations of my expectation. I say I expect something, but oftentimes we want it to come a certain way. We want it to look a certain way. So when I had these ones right here, it didn't look like a dime, but it is. And I had to look and I'm like, is that? It sure is. The thing about it is no matter what it looks like, it still holds its value. It will still spend the same. And so I'm going down a street and it was it was a long street. So the street's about 2 miles from the portions that I went through. And I didn't find anything. And I was like, before I have to turn around on the street, I'm gonna find something. And then a couple steps later I look over and I see this. And it was down on the other side of the curb. I was walking on the sidewalk down by the street. So I looked and I'm like, is that a quarter? Looked kind of like a bottle cap because it was torn. And I said, no, that's a quarter. I know that's a quarter. So I went and I looked at the front, and as you can see, it's kind of marred, so you can't really tell. And I'm like, that's a quarter, and it's torn. So then when I picked it up and I flipped it over, you can clearly see that it's a quarter. And so I said, well, thank you, God, for taking off the limitations of my expectation, because no matter what it looks like, it's still a quarter. And so when we have these things and we want something, a lot of times we block our own blessings because we're expecting it to look a certain way. You have to look past your limitations of how you expect for it to come. If you have an expectation, you have a desire, this is something that you really want, you have to say, okay, because cut off the ways that I'm supposed to get it, and I used to say that, it needs to look like this so I know for sure. But we have to look past the outer facade and see the value of that thing. Like I said, here's my bounty today. So I got $1.69. This is what they look like. And you see some of them look pretty, worn, but they spend the same. No matter what the outside looks like, it's going to do what it was created to do. It is going to hold its value. Even all the dirt, the dust, the tear or whatever, it does not change the value of it. So sometimes we have to stop, make sure that our limitations are not getting in the way of us getting our expectation, what we expect. So today was a good day. Like I said, I had a good download, and normally it's a, penny here, 10, 15 cents. Sometimes I tell you it'll be $1. Today was $1.69. So it was a good day for me. But anyway, I just hope you guys enjoyed this word that I just gave. It was just something that came to me. Stop putting limitations on your expectation. If it's truly something that you desire, ask God to remove, our boundaries of our eyes, and let us see through the outer facade to see the true value. And then, I say be a good steward of what you've been given. All right, y'all. So take care. I hope you have a wonderful Sunday, and I hope today is just a start to a great week for you. All right, y'all. Take care. Bye.